and my initial and then जिसको कहते हैं ना गाड़ी चल निकली.
जी जी जी.
And 2008 I started my another branch in Noida.
Okay.
And of course कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ देना भी होता है तो.
जी.
Oh yes, in fact IUP has a MOU with the IIT Kanpur to promote and foster the entrepreneurship. We are getting a fabulous support from IIT Kanpur. When Satish talked to me, so I thought it's a wonderful opportunity to interact with the TiE Chandigarh. Once again, thanks for inviting me.
Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to the show TiE Chandigarh Talks. TiE Chandigarh Talks is a new initiative taken by TiE Chandigarh, and the theme is to foster the entrepreneurship in the region. So today we have a very special guest with us who is a multi-talented, multi-dimensional personality, and he, along with being an IITian, he is also an entrepreneur for the last couple of decades, and he pursues extreme interests, being a micro-license pilot, and he also has a passion for chess and cricket, and he also loves music, and he loves singing as well. So let me introduce you to our guest today, Mr. Amit Tiwari. Amit ji,
Hello.
a very warm welcome to you.
Thank you very much. It is really a pleasure and a good opportunity for me. And I'm thankful to the TiE Chandigarh who give me a chance where we can talk to each other, know about that initiatives taken by Chandigarh, and also an opportunity for me to share whatever the little bit experience I have in my last couple of years journey. Thank you very much once again.
It's a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you.
So we would like to start with your brief introduction, your personal background, and as you are an IITian, so we would like to understand what it takes to be an IITian and how does it transform your life.
Thank you. As far as my background is concerned, so I belong to Kanpur. My father is a middle class businessman. He is a wholesaler of tea. I studied, born, brought up, everything from Kanpur. My dream actually was to become a fighter pilot. So I started preparing from 10th onwards to be a pilot. Got a chance to join the air division of NCC. It is Air Wing, where I got another opportunity to fly the various gliders first. And since I performed well in the gliding, so the CEO recommended me for the PAT test. It was a pilot aptitude test. I cleared the PAT test and get another opportunity to do the power flying in the Cessna aircraft and microlight. Later, I continued that flying and completed my PPL license. You talk about the IIT, though, of course, it is a dream for every and most of the students. And the one statement, if I say to the budding aspirants of the IIT, is to just focus. There are so many, of course, the competition is tough, lakhs and millions of students prepare for the IIT. But if you focused well primarily on two things, one to strong your fundamentals and follow the 3D concept. 3D is a concept which I want to say here. It is a determination, devotion, and discipline.
Wonderful.
So if you follow that 3D and clear your fundamentals, you can crack the IIT. It's not a very big deal.
Wow. So determination,
Discipline. And devotion.
And devotion. Lovely, lovely. So we would also like to know about your entrepreneurial journey so far. You are heading MKT Technologies Private Limited. So tell us a bit more about this company.
After I studied graduation, then MBA. Of course, unlike others, initially I had worked in several companies. After the MBA, I got an opportunity to work with the Optimos. So Optimos was a Fortune 500 company. It was the implementation of SAP that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I had stayed few months by the implementation of SAP in
Mm-hmm.
Agra initially, and then joined the Anchor division of the IT division of Anchor Group. It's the Anchor Cyber State.
Mm-hmm.
In 2006, I thought, "Ki, why not to start our own venture?"
Right.
I knew the enterprise software only,
Okay.
but I also had a strong belief that automation is very much required, and automation along with the process is very much
Okay.
required for any industry, any venture to
Mm-hmm.
grow. So I thought, ki, why not? I belong to Kanpur, and Kanpur is a big industrial hub. As I say, ki there are, if you talk about the 25 big brands of India, so 8 to 10 brands directly or indirectly belong to Kanpur.
Wonderful.
And it is a big city, industrial city, entrepreneurial city. So I thought, why not to start from Kanpur? So I started pitching the ERP applications along with some other web applications
Mm-hmm.
to the businesses of Kanpur. For that, and to develop our own product that time was not easy, and SAP was the very costly affairs. So we made a partnership with the Ramco Systems that time, and
Okay. Nice.
started pitching Ramco. Fortunately, got a very good client. We can say JK Cement at that time.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, and my initial and then जिसको कहते हैं ना गाड़ी चल निकली.
Ji, ji, ji. Right,
And
right.
2008, I started my another branch in Noida
Okay.
and started working on other than enterprise domain as well.
Mm-hmm.
In Noida, when I started, so again, some good brands I got an opportunity to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And then thought, ki, why not to not only focus on the ERP part, in the enterprise part, why not to provide end-to-end solution?
All right.
So, because ERP is the one thing, but for the successful implementation of ERP,
Mm-hmm.
the process optimization and the infrastructure also plays a very important role. And where the
Right.
gap was. So we again made a partnership with some big players like Microsoft and Airtel, and to provide infrastructure services.
Okay.
So then we started the another vertical, and during that initial phase, we were thinking, and during this time in 2008, I had been introduced by some of my IIT senior, and
Mm-hmm.
he, Mr. Bajaj, and he introduced me to Gopal Sotwalaji, who was running in the IITN, and Anil
Okay.
Gupta and the another IITN. Anil Gupta was the president of TAI UP chapter at that time.
Okay.
So he introduced me, Mr. Bajaj introduced me to Anil Gupta and Gopal Sotwalaji, and said, Ki, why don't you join the TAI and give
Mm-hmm.
your values?
Okay.
Since I learned a lot during my entrepreneurial when I was thinking to start the entrepreneurship, my business, so many challenges. So I thought ki it is a very good opportunity where I can not only share what to do or what not to do,
Mm.
but also to interact with so many successful players
Right.
and to connect with so many successful players. I can learn a lot. It was my thinking that time. एंड ऑफ कोर्स कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ देना भी होता है तो
Ji.
आई joined this TAI UP, involved in some activities of TAI UP because I like the concept of TAI is to fostering and nourishing entrepreneurship.
So, how long you have been associated with TAI UP, and how this chapter has emerged since the time you have been there in the chapter? What transformation you have seen in the city Kanpur or in TAI UP as a chapter?
See, TAI UP is a very old chapter. It has started somewhere in 2002 or 2003
Okay.
by, of course, some big industrialists and the known persons of Kanpur, like Sanjeev Shriya, Mr. R.K. Agrawal, Gopal Sotwala, Manoj Agrawal, Rakesh Suri. The pillars uh, of the founding team of the TIE UP chapter.
Okay.
And they have the soft corner in their mind ki we have to do something for Kanpur and UP both. So
Right.
they work with the government and done very good job. And of course, it is I think 16th year of my association with TIE UP.
Wow, wonderful.
I joined TIE UP as a charter member in 2008.
Okay.
Later, I got an opportunity to be in the governing council. Then I worked with Mr. R.K. Agrawal when he was president and I was the secretary.
Okay.
And 17, 19, the another opportunity I have been responsibility has been given to serve the TIE UP as a president. So I can say कि मतलब I have been associated with TIE from 2008 and seen a
Okay.
lot of transformation. TIE UP is doing a fabulous job in promoting the startup ecosystem, in mentoring the young startups, existing startups.
So, like, what kind of startups are there in TIE UP? From what industries do they belong to?
Of course, this is a mix of industries. There are some green energy startups are there. Waste management startups are there. Some manufacturing startups are there. IT, of course.
Okay.
So we can say the mix of entrepreneurs.
And what TIE global programs you are running under your chapter?
We are actively participated in TYE program, TIE Women's program. Uh, Pleased to share कि most, in fact, our uh, finalists of our TYE program had got an opportunity. They have done a wonderful performance in TIE Global finale. So few of the
Wonderful.
candidates won the TIE Global, either I think second runner-up or first runner-up. They were.
Okay. Okay. So you work with various institutions, schools, academic.
Oh yes, in fact, IUP has a MOU with the IIT Kanpur to promote and foster the entrepreneurship. We are getting a fabulous support from IIT Kanpur to basically nurturing and fostering the entrepreneurship ecosystem. In fact, IIT Kanpur itself has a good setup to nurture and promote entrepreneurship. They have
Right.
their incubation center, and which are doing well and recognized incubation center in India actually.
So, TIE is based on 5 pillars, which is mentoring, networking, education, funding, and incubation. So, what kind of opportunities are available in your chapter, and who are the like? Do they have access to venture capitalists? How often startups are given grant, or how easy it is for them to get the seed funding and maybe nourish their startup?
As you said, there are 5 pillars of TIE. So TIE UP is also followed these principles. As I said, ki we have been tied up with the IIT Kanpur and some other institutions to promote number one mentoring for the young and budding startups as well as existing startups. For the funding, we have started Kanpur Angel Network few years back.
Okay.
Uh, Later on, we have invited so many venture capitalist firms as well in Kanpur.
Wonderful.
We have worked with the Indian Angel Network. In fact, IIT Kanpur Incubation Center also associated with some funding agencies to provide an opportunity for the aspirants who, of course, qualify as per the demands and needs of the investor. But we provide opportunity. We provide mentoring opportunity. We try to provide the networking opportunities where they can interact with the senior members, established player. We used to conduct the programs, my story sessions, some sessions related to personality development. Because entrepreneurship is, of course, business and profit is a one part. Everyone should do that. But for a successful entrepreneur, only the money making exercise is not enough.
Absolutely.
So yeah, there should be 360-degree development of the entrepreneurship. The importance of communication, the importance of team building,
Right.
the importance of having a good ecosystem inside the organization, how we can build up a ecosystem inside the organization, how we can build the leadership, how we can basically educate the startups to uh, decentralize the activities or share the responsibilities to the other team members.
Right.
So we used to do these type of sessions for not only for the younger startups, even the existing MSMEs or big players are coming to attend these sessions.
And
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful. And how do you host Tycon UP? What is your experience with?
We have TIUP has organized a TICON in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we have not organized actually TICON type of
Okay.
thing,
Okay.
but in 2018 when I was a president, so we have organized conducted 2 days big event called
Okay.
Utthan.
Uthan. Okay.
So it is a Tycoon type of thing. Just we have just changed the name because there are so many stakeholders who have suggested the another brand to come up with. So
Right.
Utthan is a type of you can say the Tycoon
Wonderful.
where the venture capitalists came from different cities of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Speakers came from different cities of the country. Participation from government was there. Participation from various institutions from there.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be inaugurated by the CM of UP. Unfortunately, for some
Okay.
urgent, CM could not come, so he sent some other representative.
Mm-hmm.
So he inaugurated a session followed by various B plan competition for different
Okay.
sectors.
Okay.
So
Right.
we got approx 100 in more than 100 entries
Mm-hmm.
for the B plan competition, and it is
Okay.
not a 2 day activity to promote
Exactly.
because
Yeah. It
we
takes
have
time.
conducted approximately 20 workshops
Mm-hmm.
in different colleges in Kanpur, in Lucknow, in Allahabad, in Agra, in Ghaziabad, in various cities of
UP.
UP to
Mm-hmm.
promote
Mm-hmm.
this ITA startup ecosystem, B plan competition. We used to do the BizBus in 2009. So
Right.
as TY is for the 10 plus 2 students,
Mm-hmm.
or and BizBus is for the those students who came in the graduation
Right.
and have a certain idea to do something.
So, Amitji, what are the other Thai chapters you look at for mentorship or maybe to gain more knowledge?
See, of course, if I get an opportunity, I would like to talk to some other Thai chapters as well.
Mm-hmm.
And when Satish talked to me, so I thought it's a wonderful opportunity to interact with the Thai Chandigarh. Once again, thanks
Right.
for inviting me
Pleasure
as
is
a
ours.
speaker in Thai Chandigarh. But I would love to talk to the various other Thai chapters as well.
So, are you going to attend TGS at Bangalore?
I would love to, and if I will not be any other engagement, so
Mm-hmm.
certainly I will join TGS.
So, how do you see TGS? What are your expectations from TGS? And suppose, if in future point of time, suppose if Kanpur has to host TGS, what all activities would you like to do in TGS?
Frankly saying, I learned a lot attending TGS and Tycoon
Wonderful.
because unlike others, if you say ki why should I join the try, is there any direct benefit?
Mm,
No. For those who want to join the try, my message is that if you are looking for a direct benefit, you should not join the try
absolutely.
because joining try and interact with the entrepreneurs, network with the successful players
Mm-hmm.
is way beyond value you will get other than just getting a one order or one contract.
Absolutely.
So if you have a some certain big in your mind, so TIE will provide you an opportunity where
Mm-hmm.
you can expand your horizon. You can basically uh, think beyond your limitations. It
Right.
provides you an opportunity where you can learn a lot from the different case studies. How the person start from zero and achieved a certain level.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So by joining the TRI, and that I learned from attending the TGS. I learned about the new concept which are coming. I learned about what exactly the investors are looking in any startup. I learned about the new technology. I learned about how basically team building exercises can be done, which is a very important role in entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is not like just open a. Of course, opening a shop is also part of entrepreneurship. But if I see the bigger picture,
Right.
so you will have to build up a various characteristics inside yourself, and of course, TGS played a very important role in building up these qualities inside you.
Wonderful, wonderful. And like every person goes through some hardships in life, faces some challenges. So like what are such challenges that have been there in your life, and how did you overcome those challenges? And like everyone has a mentor in their life, so do you also have such a mentor in your life?
See, life is a roller coaster, and entrepreneurship
Absolutely.
life is the very good example of the roller coaster life.
Right.
Unlike others, in fact, today also we are facing some challenges. Of course, the category of challenges might be changed.
Hmm.
Initially, when you start something, you have only one or two people with you. You will have to uh, play the various role of your organization. Sometimes as a uh, peon, sometimes as a security guard, sometimes as a CEO,
Right,
sometimes as a
right.
finance person. And later, when you grow up, you might have a different people for handling these type of activity. But then and again, new challenges come.
Hmm.
Finance is a major challenge. Cope up with the new technologies and make a pace with the upcoming changes. And of course, after the COVID, the dynamics have changed a lot.
Absolutely.
So, our entrepreneur should be adaptive. He should be ready to accept the changes, and
Hmm.
also he should all in that scenario. The one thing which I again suggest, other than the 3Ds, the consistency should be there.
Hmm.
I believe in a strong word called charayvati charayvati.
What is that?
इट्स दैट चलते रहो, रुकना नहीं है.
Okay.
क्योंकि अगर आप चलते रहोगे तो आप कहीं ना कहीं तो पहुंचोगे इनफैक्ट.
Absolutely. So, what is your vision with respect to TI UP, and of course, with respect to MKT Technologies?
TIUP, of course, our my vision, I have a very soft corner with that Kanpur and TI as well.
Mm-hmm.
I want more and more startup should get benefited. The industries of Kanpur and other cities of UP get benefited with the after associating with the TI by way of networking, funding, and whatever they want to gain knowledge. As far as the MKT Softwares and my another startup is concerned, so it is a journey. You can't limit your boundaries. Today,
Absolutely.
when I started from zero. Then I have at some stage, at some numbers. In COVID, the numbers and resources fallen down drastically.
Mm-hmm.
We again bounce back, trying to bounce back and achieve the another numbers when we achieve, let's say, just for the sake of discussion, I started from zero, achieve X number, bounce, fallen down, then again stand up, again start achieve some numbers. Today we achieve X number. Now another target is to achieve X plus 10. Once we
Absolutely.
achieve the X plus 10, then X plus 100, X
Absolutely.
plus
It's
1000.
always
So
a
it is a
journey.
journey.
It's
And
always a journey.
the only uh, principle and the beliefs which I have and I want to maintain this culture in my organization as well is if we associate with any company,
Right.
so providing good services, of course, is very essential. But
Mm.
what value I can deliver, my team can deliver in the growth. So initially, that's why I said that technology is again very important role. But with technology, you should have a strong process inside your culture, organization.
Absolutely.
A proper workflow should be there. If you want to build your organization in such a way, whenever I talk to the owners of the organization, whether they are my client or not, so casually I ask you, what's your vision before implementing this type of application?
Right. And once you are on a path of the success, it is never ending.
It is
You
never
just have
ending.
to keep
Yes.
moving on, right?
Correct. It is never ending.
Absolutely.
And that's culture, in fact, I just want to establish in my new venture, Gatha.
Yeah.
Yes.
So coming back to Gatha, along with being an entrepreneur, you also have a passion to promote the Indian culture, the poetry.
Yeah.
So tell me something about that.
So, as I said, we have done while I was studying, so I have done everything, not only study, बस पढ़ाई नहीं की, बाकी सब कुछ किया. So, I was very fond of music and stories and poetries.
Okay.
और एक कहते हैं ना कि आप कि जो भी जैसा आप सोचते हैं वैसे ही लोग आपको मिलते चले जाते हैं.
जी.
My wife Bhavna is renowned poetess. She's a good writer,
Oh. Okay.
and of course my parents are there behind my success. But Bhavna also played a very important role. Same with my friends.
Right.
So since Bhavna is an established writer,
Mhm.
her first book was the bestseller in 2016 in
Okay.
poetry.
Nice.
And she writes poetry since the last 25, 30 years. So she's an established poet. In 2019, how basically Gatha was started. So my another childhood friend, Pooja, who was in USA,
Mhm.
actually she belonged to Kanpur,
Okay.
but she is in USA since long. So she came to India and we were just talking, ki, why not we build a ecosystem, a technology or product, whatever it is,
Mhm.
where the readers get an opportunity to read or listen the books of stories or poetry. Because US in that time, US it was a very common to listen the podcast and everything.
Yeah. Right. Right.
And Bhavna said, in of course in a very casual and jolly mood, कि US might have one Shakespeare, but we have lots of Shakespeare.
Exactly. Exactly. Right.
But thing is that कि we must have a pride in our culture, in our literature and all.
This is what it takes it forward to the next stage, right? To the next
Exactly. Yes.
generation.
Exactly. Yes. So then we started thinking and we thought, कि, okay, Pooja is in basically stories, you can say. She also has a very strong belief in Indian culture, Indian literature. She is a RJ in US. Bhavna, as I said, ki she is a established player.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought, ki why don't we start a platform? We thought a lot, we brainstormed, and come up with the word Gatha. So the objective of Gatha is to bring up rich Indian culture, Indian literature, in terms of stories. And not only stories, in fact, those who want to listen the poetry but don't have a time, don't have a resource because in you can't access the library nowadays.
Right.
You can't go to and you can't purchase books, various books. So in this Gatha, you get a chance to listen the stories, poetry of our famous legacy writers, classics writers to the young writers.
Okay.
And soon we are coming up with a new concept which we have patented called KYC. KYC is a Know Your City.
Okay.
So we can now say कि गाथा in Know Your City, we say कि गाथा साहित्य संस्कृति और सम्मान की. So for every city, we will bring up with the stories in Sahitya, of course, the literature part, Sanskriti, the rich culture, history, and Samman means the economy, business. Because for the development of any city, of course, the economical development is important. The new job creation is important. But on the other hand, to being a soft power is also very important. You must have a beliefs and a pride in your culture, in your rich heritage. And we are getting a good support from government of UP, government of India as well.
Okay.
We have incubated Gatha in IIT Kanpur. So MATI has supported us. IIT Kanpur Incubation Center, SIIC, is supporting a lot because they all believe in this idea. Ki, of course, we must have a strong belief in our culture, in our literature.
Absolutely.
So that is the history behind the inception of Gatha.
Yes, I mean, so along with fostering entrepreneurship, we also have to take our valuable culture forward, right? So
It's all about responsibility. It's a responsibility of yours. It's a responsibility of
yeah, it is a common responsibility
everyone's.
of everyone,
Yes.
right? Through our collective efforts, we can take it
Correct.
forward and hand it over to our next generation, right?
Correct.
Absolutely, absolutely. So like, yeah, we talked about who have played the role of mentor in your life.
So there are a lot of mentors, and if I say we all are surrounded by the mentors. We learn a lot of things by everyone. If you really want to learn, opportunities everywhere. But I know what's the objective behind your question. So I learned a lot with few mentors of TAI UP.
जी.
I would like to name Mr. Gopal Sutwala, R.K. Agrawal, Vijay Parekh. These are the personalities who basically helped me a lot.
Okay.
Whenever I found any challenge, I used to go to with him. Sir, आपसे बात करनी है कुछ. Just over the cup of tea or coffee.
जी.
Then and IIT Kanpur, my professors, some of, and Professor Fani. And so there are few persons in my life to whom I get a chance whenever, and I thankful to them ki whenever I called him. So whether it is Rakesh Suri or Mr. Gopal Sutwala, Vijay Parekh,
So they were always available.
they're always available.
Right.
So there are few persons who played a very important role.
So like, you have a passion for, you have an interest for singing as well. So would you like to sing something?
You basically get a postmortem of all my LinkedIn profile.
Your LinkedIn profile is actually quite rich. You have a variety of experience, interest, passion. So it talks about it. So that's why you should like to sing something.
I like basically classics.
Wonderful.
So I'm fond of old songs. Rafi, Kishore, Hemant Kumar.
Okay.
And even I like the 90s song as well. और ऐसा नहीं है कि आज के दौर के भी गाने मुझे बहुत पसंद हैं.
जी.
बट कहीं ना कहीं जो साउंड है म्यूज़िक में आज टुडे, वो उन गानों की जो लिरिक्स की जो मेलोडी होती है उसको कहीं ना कहीं पीछे कर देती है. और इसी वजह से दीज सॉन्ग्स जनरली डोंट टच योर हार्ट.
Yeah. Bass music has taken over the lyrics.
Exactly. Music is good. मतलब you must have all the genres in your category, but it should be compatible with the type of feelings, the words which is written over there.
जी.
और ये पुराने दौर में था, तो I would like to not sing but few lines.
जी.
There's so many songs which I like most, but एक गाना है मोहम्मद रफ़ी साहब का
जी.
और देवानंद जी के ऊपर फिल्माया गया है.
Okay.
और जो कहीं ना कहीं टच करता है, उसको कह सकते हैं कि अगर आप इसके पीछे की मीनिंग को देखो
जी,
तो आपको बहुत कुछ सिखाता भी है.
राइट.
आई थिंक द फिल्म नेम वॉज हम दोनों,
ओके.
इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. लाइन्स आर, मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया,
वाओ.
हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया. तो कुछ इस तरीके से है. मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया. बर्बादियों का शौक मनाना फिजूल था, बर्बादियों का शौक मनाना फिजूल था, मनाना फिजूल था, मनाना फिजूल था. बर्बादियों का जश्न मनाता चला गया, बर्बादियों का जश्न मनाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया. निभाता चला गया.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very nice, sir.
I don't smoke actually.
So it is quite tough to have a mixture of all these varieties in today's entrepreneurs. Like you are an entrepreneur. You also fly aircrafts as well, and then you have a passion for Indian literature, music, and you love singing as well, playing instruments. I mean, it's a beautiful combination you have. You are a complete package for the next generation, right? So there's so much to learn from you, and I think this is what has to be there in each and every human being, that they should along with continuing with in their entrepreneurial journey, they should not forget to live their passion, pursue their interests and hobbies, because
True.
that keeps you going. That is what keeps you alive, right?
It's keep you alive.
Exactly, exactly. So with that, Amiji, what message would you like to convey to today's youngsters, even the school kids who are the future of India, and the college students, or maybe the startups?
For everyone, there's a one common message. Number one, create your dream, think about your dream, believe in yourself, and then create it. Because nothing is impossible. Everyone have heard this line everywhere. Every people used to say this. But I feel it. I have basically lived with this type of line. If you actually have a passion and a strong belief, जिसको कहते हैं ना कि बस कैसे भी है करना है. हम लोग के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में भी व्हेन वी स्टार्ट एनीथिंग और प्लान फॉर एनी एक्टिविटी, सो एक लाइन है कि अब ठान लिया तो करना है.
जी.
व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड MKT, देयर वाज नो funding type of concept, venture capitalist type of concept was there. I didn't have a strong back balance with me. Of course, the another reason to start from the Kanpur other than emotional attachment with the Kanpur, one is huge opportunity in the business sense. Another, I have a home in my Kanpur. तो एटलीस्ट ये नहीं सोचना है कि खाना खाने को मिलेगा या सोने को मिलेगा कि नहीं. बट द बिलीवेंस थे कि ये आइडिया काम करेगा, तो अपने आइडिया पे बिलीव करिए, विज़न बनाइए फॉर द स्टार्टअप्स, और उसको पाने के लिए फिर दिन रात एक कर दीजिए. फॉर द यंग किड्स, स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स, अगेन कोई भी एक राह पकड़ लीजिए. और एक बहुत अच्छी लाइन है, अगेन मैं तो लिटरेचर का बंदा हूँ तो कहता हूँ कि मधुशाला की एक लाइन है.
अरे
हरवंश राय बच्चन जी ने लिखी है कि मदिरा ले जाने को घर से निकला था पीने वाला, किस पथ जाऊं रहा सोचता था वो मतवाला। अब जो क्रक्स आ रहा है आगे की 2 लाइन में है, मैं इसको थोड़ा सा क्लियर करूंगा बिकॉज मधुशाला को सबने अपने अपने नज़रिए से देखा है।
जी।
जहाँ पे पहली 2 लाइन कहती है कि मदिरालय जाने को घर से निकला था पीने वाला, किस पथ जाऊं राह सोचता था वो मतवाला। मतलब हर एक के मन में ये तो है कि आगे बढ़ना है, कुछ अचीव करना है, तो हम स्टार्ट तो कर देते हैं, लेकिन समझ में नहीं आ रहा है क्या करें, किधर जाएं। मैं बता रहा हूँ आप ये करो, आप बता रहे हो आप ये करो, आप बता रहे हो आप ये करो, तो किस पथ जाऊं राह सोचता था वो मतवाला, अलग अलग पथ बतलाते सब। मैं कह रहा हूँ तुम्हारा यार कोडिंग बड़ी अच्छी है, शुड बी अ स्ट्रॉन्ग डेवलपर, तुम बोलते बहुत अच्छा हो, यू शुड बी अ वॉइस ओवर आर्टिस्ट, आप म्यूज़िक में बड़ा अच्छा काम करते हो, यू शुड बी अ सिंगर। अरे नहीं छोड़ो यार, इंजीनियर बनो, पहले एमबीए करो, ये करो वो करो, अलग अलग पथ बतलाते सब। बट फिर भी मैं एक बतलाता हूँ। अब यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा बोला गया है कि अलग अलग पथ बतलाते सब, पर मैं एक बतलाता हूँ, राह पकड़ तू एक चला चल, पा जाएगा मधुशाला।
वेरी नाइस।
मीन्स आपका जो ड्रीम है फिर आप उस पर फोकस करो, एक चीज़ को पकड़ लो। अगर आपको स्टार्टअप करना है तो फिर स्टार्टअप करना है,
बिल्कुल।
फिर आप किसी की मत सुनिए, आप कन्विंस कीजिए लोगों को। और मैं यंग स्टार्ट लोगों से, बिल्कुल बच्चों से ये बात कहना चाहूँगा कि अपने मन की बिल्कुल बोलो, शेयर करो। कम्युनिकेशन इज़ अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट्स इन द लाइफ, चाहे वो आपके पेरेंट्स के साथ में हो, फ्रेंड्स के साथ में हो, मेंटर्स के साथ में हो।
जी,
और मैं पेरेंट्स को भी कहना चाहूँगा कि कम्युनिकेशन या अपनी बात रखने का मतलब उनका डिसरिस्पेक्ट नहीं होता है।
एग्जैक्टली, इट शुड बी टू वे
इट शुड बी टू वे कम्युनिकेशन।
एंड
आप अपनी बात रखिए, अपने आइडिया पे बिलीव करिए, एक रास्ते को पकड़ लीजिए, यू विल अचीव योर टारगेट।
wonderful, wonderful, Amit ji. So it was pleasure hosting you at TiE Chandigarh yesterday.
It was pleasure for me, in fact, to get an opportunity to interact with you people.
And thank you for being with us today. Again, for sharing your knowledge, imparting your knowledge and passion, and giving some learnings to the youngsters. It was fabulous talking to you. And
Well, nice talking to you too.
we would love to be in touch
Sure.
and share more ideas together.
Absolutely.
Right. Let's have a cheers for the sake of fostering entrepreneurship under TiE.
Cheers.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here we come to an end with this episode of TiE Chandigarh Talks with our esteemed guest, Mr. Amit Tiwari ji. I hope you would have enjoyed the conversation, and I really enjoyed talking to Amit ji and listening to all his explanations, how he has lived his life, how he has a passion for various things in life. So I think it's an ideal case, and the youngsters, especially the startups, should follow whatever Amit ji is doing and try to learn from their experience. Stay tuned. We'll get back to you with our next episode very soon. Thank you very much.